and we will understand the problem of count sorted vowels. Okay, let's get started. So, user will input a number n using cin. So, for example, let's say we input 2. Okay, 2. So, we should be counting the sorted vowel like AE, AI, AU, and so on. So, total 15 will be there as per leetcode website. Okay, 15 such combination for 2 will be there. Now we are calling count vowel function here. Okay, and whatever we return from there, we will print as a max here. Okay, that is the flow. Okay, now when we go to count vowel function, initially count is 0. We have called count vowel with value 2 for 2 vowels, and we will call solve and 0 and count. So n will be 2, n will be 2, 0 is the second argument, and count is still 0. So when we go and solve here, n is 2, so this condition will not run. Okay, last is 0 and count also is 0. Also in this code this ampersand should not be there. It can be there but not required. Okay, so 2 0 0 is the input, 2 and n is 2, last is 0, count is 0. So then if n is not equal to 0, this for loop will run from I0 to 5. Now last is 0, so last, this variable is 0, so I more than last. So when 0 is greater than 0 or equal to 0, that is condition is satisfied. So it will call solve with n minus 1. So it will call solve with 1. And I is also, I is 0 first time when for loop runs. And count will be, count also will be, count will still be 0 because it was 0 only. Okay. So 1 0 0 will be input. So n minus 1 1, I is 0 and count is still 0. Okay, so again this solve will be called written recursively. This time with 1 0, with 1 0 and 0. So now n will be 1 1, last will be 0, count will be 0. Again n is not the input n here. Sorry, let me drop 1 0 0 is now the input. N is 1, last is 0 and count is 0. Now n is not again equal to 0, so this will not run. Now again for loop will run for I 0 to 5. Okay, this time n is 1 and last is again 0. Okay, so if I greater than last, equal to last, so I is 0, last is 0, so again it will be called, this time it will be called with 0, n minus 1, n was 1 here, so n minus 1 will be 0, I is 0 and count also is 0. Okay, so now this for loop, this solve loop will be called, solve function will be called with 0 0 0. Okay, this time this n has become 0, so count will now become 1. Okay, so this, it will return 1 directly here, so it will return 1. Okay, now again this will be called. Okay, so now count has become 1. Okay, count has become 1 and n is still this n is 2 only. So 2, 0 and 1 it will be called. Okay, so it will be called with 2, 0 and 1. Now n is not equal to 0, this will not be implemented. Now I is equal to 0 to 5 to run. I is 0 first time. 0 greater than last is 0. Okay. So greater than equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0 is satisfied. It is not greater but equal to 0. So again n will be called with 1. Okay. N 0 and count 1. Okay. So it will be called with 1, 1, 0, 1. Okay. Now again, when it is 1, 0, 1, n is not equal to 0, this will not run. Again it will come in here, in this one. So I 0 will run, 0 is greater than 0, so correct. It will go below in this one. So solve will call for n minus 1. And minus 1 will be 1 minus 1, 0 and 0 and 1. Okay. So again now it will be called with 0, 0 and 1. Now n is equal to 1, so count will be increased, it will become 2. Okay. So count has now become 2. Okay. And it will return 2 here. Count as 2. So, and again n is 2, next is 0 and count is 2. So at the end when until this n becomes I become less than 5, you will see that answer will come as 15. So I could explain this program, but I don't understand the logic behind what is happening, why vowels will be running like that. Okay, anyway, we'll see it once more. Thank you.